burst of energy straightening your stuff up, don't you?
No, I'm trying to get this stuff out before I throw these damn things away.
All right.
Got the hard drives out.
All right, relax.
Memory cards can be repurposed.
Yeah, and you need to be looking at your past website browsing. Yeah.
I don't need to be looking at my past websites.
Okay.
How to build a hydrogen bomb. Pretty easy lessons.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, now, if anybody ever gets into my website history after I'm gone, and there's a big discussion, please let people know that I researched a lot for this show.
On TV, you can't even imagine the kind of crap that I research. I do today, but mine's more official today than I want to do. I would look at anything and everything. All the way up.
Yes,
It's
we are.
strange. So,
I can't get the pages moved.
I just lose the boat operating.
I just, I have to, just
I heard
learn
they need it now.
computer.
Here. We're-
I know, I didn't get my shower, I didn't wash my hair last night. Need to get my clothes dry.
What is this? This rate, is it 7 o'clock?
It's, no,
20 seconds.
I did not get my hair washed last night.
I get-
I didn't
I
get
got
my
mine.
clothes dried.
Both of them.
Thank goodness I had one pair of pants that I could wear.
What did you need?
Clean.
Well, congratulations. I'm rolling now.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We rewrite the rules. The countdown has begun. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I feel like it's a relief just to get on the air this morning.
You were just like, there's so much chaos this morning.
Oh, well, I had the internet issues and
Computer
computer
issues.
issues. I got a spare computer I had to run get just in
And
case.
he's
so
got
I
a
could
knife
also-
out digging guts out of it. And I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
chaos.
Hey, if anybody's going to do any dumpster diving and you go through my trash or something like that, no, you'll find a couple of computers out there, but you won't find any good stuff in them. They're the memory sticks. The hard drives are already out, and there's been a couple of holes put in them.
Well, what did I tell you? If something ever happens to me and the feds feel the need to go through my computer, all the websites I've been to was research for the show.
That's your story.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
The things that I used to have to do in another line of work, a couple of different lines of work. The
Yes.
good thing is, way back when, in that really cool time that I had a lot of good time, they didn't have computers to deal with.
Right.
That was
right.
not a problem. We didn't have cell phones to deal with. That was not a problem.
I have a group of girlfriends. We all swore that if anything happened to any of us to get our phones, smash them with a hammer, drive up over to the Surf City Bridge and dump them.
The water's not that deep there.
Look. By the time we smash them with a hammer, run over them with the car, dump them over the bridge. But no, we're just kidding. We don't have anything bad on our phones
Anymore.
anymore. 5 phones ago. Do you ever think about that? If somebody was to get a hold of your electronics, the stuff they would find? I mean,
Well,
it's
you know,
not
you
bad.
can have that. I don't care.
It's not bad.
I
It's
don't-
just like, why was she looking on this website?
Well, yesterday you would have found the crab bisque recipe that I had lost for a while,
Oh, okay.
but I found it on another computer. I had to search 3 computers to find out my recipe, what my recipes
Look at
were.
my- see
Because
if
I
I
made
can-
some crab bisque, and well, you know, when I can't find stuff that I had there before, that bugs me. But then I have to try to remember which computer I had it on. Now, see, this computer right here is a new computer, except for the hard drive. The hard drive came out of a different computer that is now defunct, but the hard drive is good. And I found it on the new computer that I did not think it was here, but where the hard drive was here with all that stuff on it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, you won't find much on my phone, but most of mine is on my computer where I hear a tidbit on a news story and I'll look it up.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be anything from mass murders to something from overseas, and
If I had done it, this is the way I would have done it, right? One of those deals.
right.
Uh-huh.
No,
OJ did that.
no.
Welcome to the weekend. Almost. It's Friday Eve. Time
That's
to put the
right.
finishing touches on weekend plans. Got your checklist ready? I'm going to help you. Outfits for the ladies. Who do I want to settle for as my companion for the weekend? Is it going to be a beach weekend? Which bathing suit? Meaning, is this showing lots of skin time? Okay, you got to make sure I get the right person to ask me. Thinking about it, maybe I should have touched base earlier in the week. Might have to settle for my second choice. That's what goes through a lot of people's minds as they approach the weekend. Oh my, I never did get back to him or her. I was waiting for somebody else and nobody ever showed up. So, is it too late to go back for him or her?
Right.
That, ladies, is why you need a lot of time to make plans. Good morning, I'm Rayford Brown, and this is Live and Local Real Talk.
And good morning, I'm Lee Barrows, and welcome to Friday Eve.
Yeah, confusion.
So excited.
Confusion Central. Got a really special show today. We'll talk about it. Never did get a response to my questions from yesterday, so I guess no one had a clue. So today, please call to share with us the worst weekend social experience that you've ever had. Surprises, perhaps? Disappointments? Who's got something to share? 910-333-0139. This is a two-way street, y'all. I don't read Facebook. You can reply to anything that I say or ask. I will not see it until tomorrow. It's just the way it is.
For you, yes.
Facebook is not a live interaction. Okay?
Well, I monitor it
I don't
during our
care,
show,
but
yes.
it doesn't. Other people.
That's you, yes.
No. It's everybody. Other people reading, doing nothing but reading all of that. They have not a clue. If you come back and just read some of the stuff, have not a clue what they were talking about. The comments that are made.
I've read it, but I knew because I was part of it at the time.
So-
but yes, please call in. But
Call
if you
in.
make a comment, don't feel like you can't make a comment. Make a
Make all the comments
Yes.
you want. That's fine.
He
but
just doesn't
call
see 'em.
in and let's discuss things.
Right.
The comments I don't see until tomorrow.
Right.
Or whenever.
I have them up on the big screen, which are a little hard to read.
They're
But
impossible to read from
well,
here.
I can read them because I have better eyesight.
I will need binoculars.
But I also have them on my computer. I have all the applications.
I've
up
got
and stuff.
24 things going on this computer, and none of them is Facebook or YouTube. So
Right.
that's the way it works.
Well, I have them both and a bunch of other stuff. You were talking about getting your outfit ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you one person who won't be doing that.
There's probably a bunch.
Miss North Carolina, USA.
North Carolina, USA, not Miss North Carolina.
Miss USA, North
That's a
Carolina.
different person.
I'm sorry. Let me put it in the right format.
Those are two different comments.
Miss North Carolina, USA 2026. This is the way it reads.
Who is she?
Brittany
Who is
Boltonhouse from Duplin County. Duplin County. She was crowned Miss Wilmington before she was crowned Miss North Carolina. And she was set to represent North Carolina at the Miss USA 2026 pageant on August 27th. Instead,
Was Trump going to be part of that this year?
I don't know, Mila Hadley, the first runner-up, would take over the crown. And the crowd, yeah. That's
Why was
right.
she stripped naked?
Well,
of
the
her
Miss
crown?
USA organization did not publicly detail the specific post, but Chairman Tom Broder said the conduct involved racism, homophobia, transphobia or language that strips any person of their dignity, and it occurred over a period of time. And how did it occur, Rayford?
On Facebook.
Social
something.
media. Yeah, somebody started digging into past posts or whatever, and they were notified, of some
Y'all need
posts.
to straighten up your
she had
mess if you're going to
made.
do anything
Yes.
with yourselves.
And Broder stressed that a pageant title is a position of trust, and that when that standard is broken, the title cannot continue as if nothing happened. So
Now, let me go one step further. You guys are approaching the age, the time that you're going to be getting out of school, or maybe you are out of school and you're going to be looking for a job. It's okay. I doubt very seriously if any McDonald's that you apply for are going to look into your social media accounts. Every professional organization will look into your background. If you're going to be applying for pretty much any position in a very professional organization, let me tell you what they're going to do. Just imagine applying for a job with a television station where there's a news operation going on. These guys do backgrounds just for fun. They're
well,
nosy
I will
by
tell
nature.
you, the Miss North Carolina USA board said that the organization's zero tolerance policy is non-negotiable, and that the outcome was reached without qualification. And so they sat down and had a discussion with her. She's supposed to issue her own
Yep.
words,
Bring it on.
statements
She's going to
soon.
apologize and say, I didn't really mean it. I was young and dumb. Too bad.
Well, we talk about it a lot. Things that you say on social media can come back to really haunt you.
Yep, buddy. You should listen.
That's just what we were talking about yesterday with Perez Hilton, who did a live on social media. He was having a mental health crisis. That's going to haunt him forever. That's going to destroy him.
Good for the
Yeah,
Miss
so-
USA group organization. I'm glad
Yes.
they did it. The Miss North Carolina USA. It is not Miss North Carolina pageant. It's the Miss North Carolina USA pageant. I had only one dealings with the Miss North Carolina USA pageant, and that's because a young lady from Wilmington won it. And then they contacted me, wanted me to do photographs of her during her tours of Wilmington whenever she was here. So I did. I paid for it, but they paid for it. But anyway, I did it. Got to know her a little bit. And guess what else? Her mother was crowned Miss North Carolina USA about 25 years earlier.
Well, is this the same pageant that our girl Catherine was in? Miss
Absolutely
Gaston?
not.
I didn't think so.
Miss North Carolina and it's like the Miss America pageant.
There's too
and
many
and the Miss
pageants.
USA pageant. They're two different groups.
Too many.
Does Miss North Carolina, do they still have talent in their contest?
Yes.
Miss USA does not. Miss North Carolina USA does not.
Well, she has some talent. Didn't turn out too well, did it?
Well, I don't know. But anyway,
Yes.
the USA pageant is what we used to refer to more as a beauty pageant. Now, they don't like it when I say that, but they're it's primarily looks, to be honest with you. The Miss North Carolina pageant will include that,
Now,
obviously, but
you-
they also include talent and your poise, the way you walk, the way you talk.
Yeah, we know.
and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Miss
yeah.
USA, no. It'll do.
I'll tell you, I saw a picture of her. She's a beautiful young lady,
They
and I
don't
wish
put
her
no
well.
labels
But when you go into stuff like that,
You should know better.
You should know better, really, if that's actually what happened.
And she's a former Miss Wilmington?
Yes.
Really?
Now, when you took pictures, did you take them for Miss North Carolina or Miss North Carolina USA?
North Carolina, USA.
Do you have to twist your arm to take those photos, Rayford?
No, they had to pay me.
That's a good reason,
You don't remember. I did,
right?
my God, I did a swimsuit feature every week for a newspaper at Carolina Beach for 20
fun.
years.
Yes. Well,
20
she's
years.
had this title for just a little over a month.
Yeah.
And I know
One and
the
done.
contest that Catherine Lee was in was just a little over a month. I'm not really sure.
Well, Catherine
Exactly.
Lee's up.
She's a beautiful young woman.
Yeah, well, she's beautiful and she's got talent.
She's
And
smart.
she's also smart. Let me tell you how smart she is.
Yes.
Number one.
Number
out of
one.
10 100,000 students
At college, yes,
at the university, at North Carolina State University.
yes. Number one. What an example she sets for our young girls here in Onslow County and all around.
Yeah, well, example and a goal.
Yes, and we've had her on the show several times.
Mhm.
She is a delight.
She does warm up the room. She brightens it up every time she walks through the door.
Right. Well, I nominate her to be Miss North Carolina USA. I nominate her.
No, she needs to run for Miss North Carolina again.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she will.
All she got to do is win one of the local contests, and she can go there.
Speaking of nominating people, this is jumping from beauty queens to politics.
Don't call them beauty queens. They don't like that.
Rayford, jumping from that to politics, yesterday we were discussing that Chuck Edwards is not running for re-election. He's pulled his name from the ballot. It is the NCGOP Executive Committee that will be voting for a replacement for him. So we were wondering that yesterday, and I got the information. So,
Oh, that's good.
yes. Anyway, okay.
All right,
Jumping from
coming
one
up
to
this morning, y'all.
Yes.
I'm excited. In about a half hour,
Yes.
we're going to have a gentleman in here. Just celebrated his birthday.
Yes.
He's 22,
Right.
and he was during Vietnam.
Yeah. United States Air
He
Force.
stopped counting at
Right. A great individual. His name is Gerald B. Hurst. He's
you
from,
should know that name if you're a local.
yes, he's from
So-
the Onslow County area and has a lot of history here in Onslow County, including his family had owned the beachfront property on base before the federal government bought that area.
Stole it.
And so he's going to talk about that. He's going to talk about growing up in Onslow County. He was a former North Carolina House representative.
Mhm.
He did run for that, and he ran for. He was elected as that. He ran for governor at one time, and did not make that.
Till they run him again.
Yes, I don't know why not.
No.
His father served as chief of police for Jacksonville from 1931 to 1949.
Before my time.
Yes, William Barry Hurst. And Gerald Hurst retired as a colonel from the United States Air Force. And we're going to talk about that and talk about the time that his F-105 was shot down.
I want you to just listen for just a second as we
Uh-huh.
continue. This
Yes.
is a taste of what's coming.
And we'd like to go and BFR ahead of the emergency.
Sir, you're about 5 miles ahead of the emergency this time. There are 56 person.
That's some of the stuff that we're going to be playing this
Oh,
morning.
yes.
That's audio from when he was flying in, returning to
Right.
his base.
Right.
In his F-105, wasn't it? He flew 105, I think.
F-105, yes.
And he was on his way back to his base, and he almost made it back to the base. And
Right.
part of the way, he had to walk.
Him and his
that way.
co-pilot, I guess you call him co-pilots.
Yeah.
They had to eject from the aircraft,
Yeah,
and
jump out.
we have that recording of all that. It really gives you chills.
Yeah.
But
It
he's
is-
a Purple Heart recipient.
It's typical, so you'll have to bear with us. It's typical quality, especially from 1970.
Yes,
And none of it was digital. It was all on, whatever.
right.
And the comms were never the greatest in the world.
Right.
But they, we got it. So we're going to be playing it, and he's going to be explaining some of it as we go along.
Yes.
So-
But I met Mr. Hurst a while back through Mike Yanero, our councilman,
Mhm.
and had a couple lunches with him and listened to his stories. And
Oh, that's cool.
such a fascinating individual. And I think it's nice that we can highlight some
Oh, I
of
do
our
too.
heroes right here in Onslow County.
Yeah.
So,
And thanks to Councilman Unero.
Yes.
I called him Chief. I called him Chief for a long time.
yeah, still call him Chief.
And call him Sir. That's what you call him. But
Yeah,
anyway,
he deserves that,
thanks
yes.
to him for making this happen.
Yes.
And, it's going to be good. It's going to be an interesting show. So if you
Yes.
guys got some questions you want to get in here this morning,
Mm-hmm.
you've got time until
Yes.
7:40. And then at that point in time, the flashers won't even flash that I'll see. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. You go with it.
Better do the weather. Look into the marine forecast. We're under the umbrella of what is known as a Bermuda high. Wear your Bermuda shorts for the next 3 days, guys. Just don't wear those loafers and those knee-high socks with them, okay?
Why
Great. Okay, those pictures just come to mind and make me go like,
Or the dark wool socks.
Yes, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that they go up to the bottom of your.
and their big shoes. They're like, what were those shoes that they would wear? People would, anything with sneakers. They didn't wear sneakers. Great news for boaters, though, as the seas will be relatively calm, boater friendly for the next couple of days. Today, up to 60 nautical miles. Looking good, ladies. South winds 5 to 10 knots, seas around 3 feet. Just the seasonal chance of showers and thunderstorms. Friday, tomorrow, southerly winds 5 to 10, seas about 3 feet again. Saturday, oh man, this is just looking good for you guys with fishing poles and a boat. Go. Southerly winds again, 5 to 10, seas 3 to 4 feet, and a chance of showers and thunderstorms.
Okay, today we have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 90. Calm wind becoming south 5 to 9 miles per hour in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 16. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 74. Friday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 91. And Saturday, a slight chance of showers, mostly sunny with a high near 90. It's shaping up to be a beautiful
It's gonna be
weekend.
good. It's going to be pretty.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
and
let's
today's the day
pray.
you get started. It's Friday Eve.
That's right.
Roll it.
Yes.
A water-related fatality occurred off a beach in front of the village of Hatteras on Wednesday afternoon.
Terrible.
According to the National Park Service, Cape Hatteras National Seashore Rangers there and the Hatteras Island Rescue Squad responded and provided immediate assistance. Dare County Emergency Medical Service provided additional medical care. A moderate risk of rip currents was forecast for all area beaches at the time of the incident. The National Seashore said it is not aware of any other hazards around the time of that particular case. No further information is being released at this time. We're seeing a lot more reports from beach communities where drownings occur. The reports sound like the answers given when cops advise suspected crooks of their right to shut up and say nothing. Thing is, with cops and real reporters, that just makes them more suspicious. Assuming the government's in charge of the beaches where drownings, shark attacks, or Russian subs landing on the shores actually take reports on such situations, at least a basic amount of information should be coming forth if there is what everyone claims to brag about, transparency. Transparency. You talk about it, do you practice it? We've seen 3 occasions since Sunday where no one has any information. Is it because law enforcement does not do a report on accidental drownings anymore? Who has determined that it's an accident? What? Without an investigation, how do you know it's an accident? Would they investigate a drowning in a public or backyard swimming pool? So let me tell you about the 1970s and 80s at Carolina Beach. The town gods, aka the council, in cahoots with the police chief at the time, did not respond to the FBI requests made of cities across the U.S. when asked for figures about various crimes in the town. They do this with towns all over. You fill out a form, what kind of, what was your crime rate, what was going on, yada, 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 number of murders, number of rapes, number of this, number of that. Therefore, there was no crime rate stats listed or published. So the Chamber of Commerce at Carolina Beach and local real estate companies, when asked about crime at Carolina Beach, could refer those asking to the FBI stats that said, nothing, honey. That is not an exaggeration. I was there. It came direct from one of the top folks in the town administration at the time. Made for some great press when that little tidbit of information leaked out. Shades of Jaws. Remember the town fathers there in that mystical town?
Yes.
Did not want to scare the tourists when sharks, especially a really big one, responded. And they did everything they could to keep reports of an actual shark attack quiet. Why? It hurts tourism.
Yeah, the mayor on that movie, he was like, no.
Yep. 7 dead, scores injured when a projectile of some sort landed at a crowded beach on the Russian Black Sea coast. Moscow quickly blaming the
Ding-dong.
most likely source, Ukraine.
Ding-dong.
Well, it was a combination. Of the 7 killed, 4 were children. That is not acceptable. Ukraine turns the finger around, accusing Russia of shooting down the drone, which Ukraine admits was heading towards Russian military targets, where the debris, once it was hit, fell on the beach and exploded. Pictures have circulated showing a drone high overhead before it was apparently struck by Russian missiles over the beach. We sit here, you and me and y'all, complain about everything, blame one political party or the other about everything that causes us some sort of inconveniences, all while Russians and no doubt others go to the beaches and watch drones flying overhead. And still we complain when Ospreys and helicopters fly overhead here on training missions to prepare the crews for war, making a bit of noise on the ground below. And we go to the beach and nary a thought goes through our heads that drones and missiles and submarines and battleships could be attacking our beaches any day. It was less than 100 years ago, about 80 years ago, in fact, when German submarines would lie in wait for commercial and military ships to pass overhead. Submarines were down below, overhead within sight of our beaches, within a few miles or less of our beaches. The bottom of Onslow Bay has a number of those ships rusting away right now that were sunk by those German U-boats, all within sight of land. 3 adults and 4 children killed when pieces of an inbound drone was shot out of the sky, and those pieces hit people on the shore on the Black Sea in Russia. War is ugly for the troops engaged in fighting. Today's wars have taken on an entirely new meaning. I hope we're ready as a nation, as a people, and especially as a military for what the future, absolutely without a doubt, holds for us.
Very good.
We sit here fat and sassy, not even thinking, not anybody here thinking about what just a few years ago, just a couple of 4 years before 5 years before I was born, submarines were patrolling our shoreline, basically where I fish.
And most people didn't even know.
They didn't know.
No.
The people who lived on places like Wrightsville Beach, there were nobody living on North Topsail at the time, and other beach areas. One of my high school teachers, you remember Mr. Taylor, he taught history,
Yes.
world history, U.S. history. He was a little boy living up in Moorhead, and they could see the flames from one of the ships burning. He was telling us about it. There was attack.
Could you imagine sitting out there in the early morning in your chair, drinking your coffee and eating your donut, watching the dolphins, and then you see this thing come up out of the water like that? I'd be so
Can
freaked
you
out.
imagine the people who were walking the beaches on Ocracoke Island, on the Outer Banks, and after a British vessel had been torpedoed by a
Right.
German U-boat, British sailors, the bodies washing ashore.
Oh, no.
They're buried in a
I'd be done.
cemetery that the locals set up a cemetery, and they buried the remains. And of course, that piece of property was dedicated, it was given to England,
Right.
but the Coast Guard there, they take care of that gravesite. If you ever go to Ocracoke, make sure you pay your respects there. But that's what we had, the war on our shores. We just did not admit it.
Well, I would love to go visit some of that history. The last time I was in that area, it was a family weekend of camping. I'll never do that again.
Mosquitoes,
Never, ever
they're the size
do
of
that
hummingbirds.
again. Sleeping in these little
And
tents.
the no-see-ums are even
My
worse than
sister,
mosquitoes.
I can get a tent half price. It's good enough for 2 people. Yeah, if you crawl in on your knees, but
Well,
yeah, she did well.
That's called
Yeah.
2 shelter halves, like
Well,
a surplus store, right?
And then the bird that chirped all night long. We were in a state national park, so I couldn't do anything.
A state or a national park?
It was that didn't make sense.
Did
Did
not
it?
at
It was a
all.
national park, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was Hatter State or National,
National.
the park. That's what I thought.
National Seashore.
Yeah, but it was, you couldn't swim. The water's too rough.
Oh, I did.
Not at Hatteras.
But you don't do it because they got converging oceans
It
there.
is impossible to
Converging
swim.
issues there.
But it's a beautiful
I did
place
not
to
swim
visit.
right there where that nasty is.
Right. And when we went to the lighthouse, of course, that weekend was a weekend they had closed it down for some type of renovation. So, but I mean, I would go by guest, but not sleep in a tent.
There's a retired Israeli special ops veteran
Oh, really?
who has some advice for the United States.
Okay.
Okay, I love the Israeli warriors. I really respect them for what they do.
Mhm.
It's no nonsense, no BS. Their strategies are simple. Kill thine enemy. They're not like cats. Cats like to wound, then taunt their prey, killing them slowly. Israelis, they strike hard and fast, and there's no real desire to take prisoners. In offering suggestions, this former special ops guy in the Israeli army, or probably not the army, but anyway, he was too, special ops. Aaron Cohen wrote that the United States needs to shift its strategy. He said that Washington should target the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps support network. The support network, kind of like supply lines, rather than using conventional military strikes. He said that CIA units, Mossad, and similar intelligence and similar clandestine units had the same missions when they first formed after World War II. Going after Iranians head-on is not the best plan, he says. Cohen emphasizes that a less public attack plan is what's needed. Sneaky.
Yes.
What he's not directly saying is what I suspect he means. Snipers by the dozens from a mile away, taking out bad people in places where they least suspect it will happen. Coming out of a bathroom, sitting on a bar stool, buying flowers on a street corner, coming out of church, like that's ever going to happen, making speeches, all too easy for snipers who can shoot you from a mile or a mile and a half away. And since the terrorists are less than nice,
Well,
take them out while having breakfast with their families on their own terrace. Why not? Terrorists are subhuman. They will kill us in a heartbeat. They have no compassion about it whatsoever, and they will do it just because. Strike first, and we win. Wait to shoot back, and we've already lost.
that's right.
That's my 2 cents worth on that. 24 hours ago, deputies in Caswell County, this was
This is
I
terrible.
still don't get it, but they're working on it. We're on their
Yes.
way to what turned out to be a mass shooting at a private home there. The county sheriff said the deputies found the bodies of 3 adults outside the house. A 4th person was taken to a hospital with a gunshot wound. The preliminary investigation shows that one of the 3 that died was the shooter. Okay. And that's about all the information coming from Caswell County, though the sheriff said that they did not have any complaint calls or other issues at the house in the past. A tidbit of information is that the 911 call came from someone at the house. Don't know at what stage of the shooting process that was occurring. All the bodies were found outside. They will want to determine if that person they think was a shooter actually made that call, then shot himself, or that the call was made by the survivor. Don't know. Or maybe one of the who was killed, obviously before he was killed, before it was all over. The cops have questions and are working to confirm the details. The house is an older style, multi-level home, very old,
Yes.
with a dirt circle driveway in what appears to be a very rural area. More details coming as soon as the investigators can sift through the scene. A single murder victim takes a significant period of time to process. It even did that back in the 1970s. I've done a couple where there were multiple victims. You can't imagine trying to maneuver around each victim without disturbing the scenes around the others. Today, there's a lot more scientific work to deal with, including presuming any DNA evidence. You need to preserve it. You need to get it. you just don't know what's going to come of it in 20, 30, 40, 50 years, as we've seen recently. And all of that takes time. It may appear an open and shut case, as most really are. They end up that way, open and shut, and that the detectives will piece together what happened. Still got to find a bad guy, even if it appears initially at first glance that it's one of the deceased people on the scene. Proving what you think happened can take time. It will take time.
I will add that the Caswell County Sheriff, Tony Durden, has come out and said that all members involved in this were of the same family.
Yeah.
So it's it's just going to take a while to do what they need to do and put the info. But that happened about 8:30 yesterday morning.
They got the call a little before 8 o'clock. They were en route. The first 911 call or the 911 call got them rolling.
Right.
But we don't know at what stage, if that was before things went bad or while they were happening or what. Don't have a clue. So I'm sure as they go through it, and they've got to go through it one piece at a time. The problems with so many law enforcement agencies, they release everything they've got all at once, and then backtrack.
Right.
Well, what we have found out now, just get what you absolutely know.
Unless they have a Bearcat.
And the bare minimum at that time, just get what you know for a fact, and just move on.
Right.
Nobody needs to have everything all at the same time.
And most of us as a society have gotten the impression that we need to know everything right away.
Too bad.
And because you don't read social media, but anything happens here in Onslow County, people start demanding answers right away.
You're not going to get it.
You're not going to get it. Let the law enforcement do their job.
Those guys are trained and know what to do, and they're becoming wiser in dealing with especially the clowns on social media.
That's right.
You know how you deal with them? Ignore them.
Well, I don't like people putting pictures on social media of wrecks.
That's irresponsible.
And
as soon as they
because
happen.
if I just happened to see a picture and it was one of my family members, I would just have a heart attack right there. I mean, we don't need to be doing that. Put it. Say, hey, there was a wreck here on such and such. Go around, whatever. And that's our famous, fabulous, most favorite sports editor on the phone.
Your famous, fabulous. Say that one more time.
Famous, fabulous, most favorite.
Gotcha. It must be Chris.
It is Chris Miller.
It didn't take me long to narrow it down. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Doing good. How are you doing, my friends? Good morning.
I know you're busy.
Yeah, well, first of all, we got to correct that. We got to set the record straight, Lee. I'm not famous. I'm infamous. And I'm the only reason why I'm the favorite is because I'm the only one. So I'm the favorite out of default. So,
well, not really. See, there are plenty of others. We just eliminated them. So now you're still at the top. You stayed with us.
Well, there's others trying to be.
They can be. Trying doesn't count.
That's right. I mean, Lord, social media is flooded now with people that are doing sports podcasts and stuff. Flooded. I'm seeing all these high school OT and other things, but no, Chris is the only one.
That would be like me deciding I was going to be a sportscaster on TV anywhere.
I would be in trouble unless it involves sport fishing.
Well, if we want to do that and we want to talk about some fishing or whatever, I've got some experience in that area, but not the big rock. I mean, I know my limits. Right. I know what I can do.
Right.
And I know what my limits are.
So, Chris, you're getting ready to go out and visit some high schools this morning, aren't you?
Yeah, and first I wanted to give Rayford a hard time because me and Rayford, Lee and I, we had a good chuckle when you were talking about taking photos of beauty queens and beauty pageants and everything. Yeah. So we were texting back and forth saying, yeah, I bet Rayford didn't need to be persuaded to. He had to take one for the team and take the photos for the company.
You know what the biggest persuader is when you get to be even back then 20 years ago or
Cha-ching?
so. Yeah, cha-ching is the biggest persuader there is. I especially, good God, I don't have any idea well over 20 years, one girl a week on the beach for a newspaper. That's 1,000 people if I do the math right.
Wow.
Think about that one for just a bit.
And how much money is he?
That was
That's a lot of money.
Well, made a buck or two or seven.
Yeah.
And then
Like 2 or 7. Like that.
And then shooting for Belks.
Right.
Of course, 98% of what Belks, other than the shoes that I would shoot, they were
Right.
mostly men's shoes because women's shoes are different. They didn't try to sell those. Women gonna buy what they want to buy.
Absolutely.
But for clothing,
Buy no
and
ugly
for
shoes.
clothing and all that sort of good stuff, they were. Other than kids, I did some kids, male
Right.
and female, but the rest of them, I don't think I shot a male. I did too, because I had a wedding thing I had to
Mm-hmm.
do, a bride and a groom thing. So I did that. But most of them were women. But my God, how many did I do? I don't know.
Well,
Hundreds.
Chris, what schools are you visiting this morning?
Yeah, we're gonna leave that conversation as it is. How about that?
Okay. I mean, that I got paid for it. I made lots of money. That was my thing. I love vacationing in exotic places where it costs money to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Rayford, we're going to keep beating you up. We did enjoy you talking about
We love
how many
picking
of
on
those certain magazines you had yesterday during yesterday's show. So we
Certain
were talking
magazines?
about Maryland. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had one that I kept for a long, long time, and I have no idea where it is. That
Chris
was
loves picking on you.
Rita Jenrette, and
I was looking at the.
And you kept the magazine, and you bought the you had the magazine for the articles, right?
no.
Let's get back to football, please.
I got one real quick thing.
Okay.
When I was one of my friends that used to call in here regularly, Dougie.
Yes,
I was moving out of my townhouse that I owned in Wilmington, right?
Right.
Because I'm moving back to Jacksonville full time, and he needed a place to stay. So I said, because he was having some trouble with the place where he was living. So I said, just move on in here right now. I'll finish getting the rest of my stuff out, and then we'll come to some terms if you want to rent it. So we did, and I called him one day and I said, listen. At the top of that case, the gun case, which I left the case there, but I did not leave any guns there. I said, would you check the top of it and bring me the magazines that are on top of it? I need the magazines. He came in, he says, I couldn't find any magazines. What are magazines? I said, they hold bullets. They're known as magazines.
I remember that
He was
story.
looking for the magazines, and he said, I thought I had. No, I didn't have any magazines, except ones that held bullets. What?
No, we just we had a good chuckle yesterday when you were talking about that, and then earlier today talking about the beauty pageants and things like that. So we appreciate you being a good sport.
I did not shoot beauty pageants.
Sorry, beauty queens. Excuse me.
I did not shoot beauty queens.
Miss USA or Miss North Carolina, whoever it was.
There you go.
We had a good chuckle on your expense. So we appreciate you being a good sport.
I'm a great sport. Have you checked your tires this morning?
Okay, we're going back to football now.
What's up? Let's play football.
Let's play football.
Well, Rayford, you'll like to know this. Guess where I'm going to head out to here in about an hour.
I'm going to Jacksonville High School.
Jacksonville High School to do a couple interviews with Coach Bill Williams and one of the key football players. So
I've got his wife's telephone number. I better put that differently. I've got the coach's wife's telephone number for business reasons, but we need to get hold of him.
Chris, is Amari now? We have several Amaris. I mean, is our little guy from last year? I should say little guy. Is he Amari Pearson? Is it? No, which Amari is it? I'm so confused.
Chris, take over.
Yes, help me here. I mean, the one that when he got the ball, he ran it.
You don't want to take over either as a sports guy. All right, go ahead.
I could never.
Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Lee, the talk of beauty queens and magazines has got you all
flustered. Yes,
totally.
Yes. I mean, we have one that's coming back this year that played so well last year, right?
Amari Pearson. Mari Pearson. He was the star running back for last year's team, and he'll come back this year. He's a senior, and then the Cardinals got quite a few young men that are getting recruited. They got one player, DJ Williams, who recently got a scholarship offer from Ohio State. So that's a big deal.
Oh, wow.
A really big deal. And he's getting scholarship offers from many other major Division I college football programs. So I did a story on him a few weeks ago, and they have some other good athletes, players who are getting recruited for colleges as well. So like I said before, that's the neat thing, is that a lot of our really great football players, basketball players, soccer players, whatever, are really good athletes, but they're also really good students as well.
Right,
So they take care of business on and off the field. So that's it's always unfortunate when you have a great athlete who doesn't really take care of business in the classroom, whenever it's a ERC. And but it's really neat to see when they have a good head on their shoulders.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of some of those young men, and there was one 6'5", and another one 6'7". What are they holding up the goalpost?
Well, they don't play shortstop on the football
Good
field.
Lord, some big boys.
Yeah, so I think some of the Cardinal fans and Coach Bo Williams is a little upset. I ran my yearly win-loss prediction.
I was going to ask you about that.
I picked the Cardinals to win 7 and lose 2. I picked them to lose the North Side and lose to J.H. Rose.
Right.
And a lot of times I do it just to kind of poke the bear and kind of maybe just light a fire under their rear ends, if you know what I mean. So
Well, that gives us a challenge.
Yeah, we all have a good time with it, but Coach Bo Williams texted me the other night, and I don't like you right now. He picked me to lose the North Side. I mean, of course, it's all in fun, but
Coach, here's what I'm going to, Coach, tell you what we're going to do. Are you going to be covering those 2 games, by the way, Chris?
Yeah, I'll be.
Oh, good. Then, Coach, he will be held captive for your players. He'll have to run the gauntlet. So you'll need to set up 2 lines of players, and we're going to force him to run through there.
Yeah, but Rayford, we always talk about standing behind your what you write, standing behind what you say, and everything. And so that's the one thing I really enjoy, and I think the coaches really appreciate too, is when you write something like that. You're not disrespecting players or coaches, but when you say, hey, I think this is going to happen or that's going to happen, and knowing it's going to fire up some people, you got to earn some respect when you show up to practice. You show up to their practice the next day. Yep. I've done that multiple times just to say, hey, hey guys, I'm here. I'm not hiding behind. And
just take some Band-Aids with you just in case.
No, like I said, it's all in fun, but it's it's all in fun. But you just want to be able to let people know that you stand behind what you say, and that you're just trying to fire them up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
that's cool.
In all honesty, you on the sidelines, you're not a coach. That's not what you can be a spotter when you're out there looking at them and looking at the stats and looking at the other team's stats, which is what coaches try to do as well. And you point out maybe this is something, without saying it exactly like that, but maybe a coach, this might be something that you might want to work on. If I was the coach, that's the way I would take it. Maybe he's got something here, and let me go out there and prove him wrong, or we'll fix the problem. One or the other.
I look at it this way. Chris has been doing sports for a long time. He's very familiar with all the high schools, the coaches, the players. And if anyone has any knowledge, I would say Chris is the one to follow. But I will say that I do want to ask one question. Out of your predictions this year, what do you think is going to be Jacksonville's hardest challenge? Which team?
Well, I think like I said, I had them losing the North Side and J.H. Rose. J.H. Rose is a conference game,
right?
So, and so I think obviously you'd rather win against Rose than win against North Side for the conference wise, but. I know the fans would probably would rather have the bragging rights over North Side. So I would say those 2 games. But I think Jacksonville's going to get better throughout the season, and I think they're going to be a force. May not be as good as they were last year, but I think they'll have a chance to surprise some people, in the playoffs. So
Okay.
I think they're just going to get better throughout the season.
Very good. Very good.
Chrissy, thank you. Now I got to say something about you, okay? For the audience out there, I've worked with a lot of sports people,
Yes.
but not as a sports person. But I used to hire them and used to, have to work them and all that sort of good stuff. But Chris is one of those sports guys that he not only talks the talk, he has walked the walk. He's got
Yes.
sports in his blood because he used to play.
Mhm.
So he's one that is not just standing on the sidelines like he's never been out there and on the field playing. You've been one of those out there getting your face rubbed into the dirt, haven't you?
Well, yeah, and I wasn't that great of a player, but when you've been around in the area and you've been around the coaches, you grow familiar with them, and you earn their trust, and I think that's the big thing. You mentioned this, y'all mentioned this a few minutes ago about people who masquerade as journalists, and I'm all for citizen journalists that
Right.
it's just the resources these days, but you have people that who I call Johnny come lately, who don't want to put in the work, who don't want to do their homework, and make sure they're contacting the right people before they start doing the job and things like that, and they just kind of show up. They think they're entitled because they have this or that. They just show up to the big game and think they're entitled to a credential, and they just want to at the end of the day, they want to be able to say that they helped people make it big time. And when these kids make it big time, they want to be able to stick out their hands and say, "Hey, you remember I helped you out? I helped you out."
But
And I'm not all. I'm not for that. I just
Right.
yes, this is my job. This is my job, but I also have proven myself to be there for the
Yes,
kids and
yes.
for the community. So I do take it a little bit personal when people think. When people just, like I said, just want to be a Johnny come lately, if you know what I mean. And Rayford, you probably understand that more than
I do
anybody.
understand it.
And that's exactly what I meant too, was there's a lot of people coming out doing all sorts of sports shows and commentator, new people that, and more power to them. I don't have but when it comes down to statistics and knowledge, that's why I go to Chris.
Well,
And I do follow him on X religiously. And because he's been out there, he walks the walk, talks the talk.
Yeah.
So it's my preference.
and I like new people, like new kids coming
Oh,
on the block. That's
definitely.
fine, not a
Yes.
problem. But learn.
Right.
Don't get a job and think you are God's gift to the world. It's kind of like I tell people when they get their dive certificate. You are just beginning. You ain't Jacques Cousteau.
Right.
No more so than you are at age 16 with your driver's license. You
Not Jeff Gordon.
You ain't no Jeff Gordon. Okay, so
Right.
you got to pay your dues and pay your dues by learning something. It's not that you have to just sit there.
Well, I
you
will
have
say,
to learn something.
Chris puts in a lot of hours and he goes from game to game to game. I don't know how you do all that you do, and we appreciate it.
You didn't know it, but I found out he has a twin brother,
Does he?
and nobody ever knew it. He's not. See, that's a secret that he's.
You've had that thing about the twin brother for a while. Last year you were saying it was his twin.
Yep.
Yeah, but we look forward to the start of
we do.
football
Let's
season.
roll.
We're ready.
Yep, well, looking forward to the season and the start scrimmaging later on this weekend and then next week. And then before you know it, you guys are going to keep me posted on how they're doing at West Clare here in a few weeks.
You got that
Yes,
right.
yes, definitely. Thank you for that reminder. And I think this coming Tuesday, they play and have like a scrimmage game. Is
I
that
don't
right?
know.
I think so. Yes. So we look forward to the start. We wish all our high schools the best.
Just don't
Of
get hurt.
course, we're Cardinals, we're alumni, and we talk Cardinal football.
Well, we do, but we also talk all Onslow County.
Yes,
football.
we love all our
Absolutely.
Onslow
Up-
County
up
teams.
front. So
Yes.
if they're not playing the Cardinals, I hope they're winning.
Yes, absolutely.
That sounds like a pretty good quote, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Well, I hope you take your Gatorade with you this morning. It's muggy out.
Oh, you better take a case. All right, take care.
All right, thank you, my friend.
All right, later.
Thank you, Chris, as always.
Let's take a look at the Ham Nation while we're at it here. We're
Yes.
waiting for our special guest to arrive here. Should be
Yes.
coming in any moment now.
Yeah.
None of the alarms have gone off yet, so either Mike Gennaro has figured a way to get around them,
Could be.
or whatever. If he comes in the back door, I'll know that he got around them. Okay. Joe out there, all the ham radio guys, or many of the ham radio guys, they check in with us in the mornings beginning about 5:30. Those guys get up early, and we take reports from them via ham radio. And we'd like to offer you guys a chance to do the same thing. If you're licensed ham, 147.000, or if you're not a ham, you got a scanner that will scan that frequency, 147.000. You could punch it in, and you can listen to ham radio guys in here talk. And then if you want to get to be a ham, come on over to the club meeting. It happens the first Saturday every month, and we're at the Oslo County EOC headquarters. So we meet at 9:00 on the first Saturday of every month, and we'll welcome you aboard, and guarantee you there are a bunch of hams there, and they like to talk. So we'll help you get your ticket. Joe in the borough this morning checked in, 78 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.16 inches of mercury, calm, no winds out there, 0.18 inch of mercury of rain. He also slid on over to Emerald Isle this morning where it was 81 degrees, and that was early in the morning, 92% humidity. He had I didn't write the conversion now, but anyway, it's 1,023.4 millibars of pressure. And had southwesterly wind there on the island, 2.9 to 4.9 miles per hour, and 0.10 inch of mercury. Lee, over here to my left, and the Woodlands had 75 degrees, 96% humidity, 30.18 inches of mercury, no wind, and 0.09 inch of rain. Richard, over in Jones County, up there around Maysville area, 100% humidity, 75 degrees, 30.19 inches of mercury. He could see all the way to 8.1 miles away. Southeasterly wind at 1.13 inches of mercury, of rain. Dang it, I get it backwards. James checked in from Bladen County this morning, Bladenboro area, 73 degrees. It was fog. They have fog in a lot of low-lying areas on mornings like this. 100% humidity, 30.15 inches of mercury. Winds out of the south at 3.29 inches of rain in the rain gauge. Michael in Jeterville, 74 degrees. 97% humidity, 30.10 inches of mercury. Winds out of the south at 2, and nothing in the rain gauge there in Jeterville. That's up in Virginia. Randy,
Jeterville.
he's going to have to go.
Yes, I know.
Randy in Southwest community this morning, 72 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.27 inches of mercury. It was calm and 0.15 inch of rain. Over in Cedar Point, Ward checked in, 81 degrees, 93% humidity, 30.25 inches of mercury. Southwesterly breeze at 2 to 3, 0.15 inches, 0.15 inches of rain. Onslow Bay's Ken, he checked in, 75.6 degrees, 91% humidity, clear, calm, and a 1/4 inch of rain. Brian over in the borough this morning checked in, 76.1 degrees, 94% humidity, 29.86 inches of mercury. It was calm and nothing in his rain gauge either. Dale in River Bend, 73 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.13 inches of mercury, calm, no wind, and 0.12 inches of water in the rain gauge. We had nothing in the rain gauge since midnight. We had 0.04 inches of rain prior to midnight last night, sometime during the day yesterday, very light rain. Currently it's 78 degrees, 99% humidity, and it's 30.14 inches of mercury, and it is steady out there at this point in time. The wind, nothing, honey, nada, nothing recorded in the last number of hours. Last record was no wind, not just a wind direction of south. That's what's going to be here for the next day or so. So that's actually looking pretty good out there. Okay, we're still waiting for our special guest. Should be arriving here shortly.
The driveway now.
And he's pulling into the driveway now. That's good.
Walking up the door.
We thank all the ham radio operators out there who do get up and they do check in with us. And it's interesting to listen and to watch. I get a kick out of watching all of them when they check in, or listening to all of them and giving me their weather reports. It's kind of like having a meteorologist at a TV station who does all sorts of stuff out there, like Skip Waters used to do. He had, had reports on every location, forecast for every spot in the world. So that was always interesting, listening to him and being able to pick up on what was happening there. So coming in the door, we've got a couple of fine gentlemen over here, and over here just to my immediate left, Mr. Councilman, come on up, belly up to the microphone.
How are you today?
Vertical and we're just a little bit sassy, of course, a little bit more than usual this morning. For some reason, I had internet issues this morning,
Oh,
and then I had a computer issue this morning. You smell that gunfire? That gunpowder? It was tempting. It was really tempting.
I know how that can be.
Yeah. And I'm over here. I'm sticking over here. Where is she? She's talking.
Probably me.
Turn her mic down. Maybe I won't hear her. What do you think? Anyway, I was tearing computers apart this morning too because I got to throw stuff away, so I have to strip them. You know how that is. Yeah, just never know. So, folks, we've got Lee's going to put herself up here in just a minute, right? Right. And we've got Mike and Arrow. You just heard him. Mike's a long time, forever retired police officer. I don't know why doesn't he show his age? He can't be 39.
Do you need him?
It's
It's the Italian in me.
is that what it is? The
That's what it
Italian.
is.
You eat a lot of Italian. You cook a lot of Italian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to do that a lot too, but I haven't done much of it lately. Though I did do Alfredo sauce with the clams and linguine earlier this week.
That sounds good.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
All right, I think we're ready.
Wait, you think we're ready?
I think we're ready. We had to, just do some adjustments here, but in the studio, we have Colonel Gerald Hurst, retired U.S. Air Force.
Looks more like a general to me.
And he has Onslow County roots. And I love listening to his stories. And I thought he would be such a great guest to bring in. And of course, I contacted Mike, or city councilman, because he's the one that actually introduced me to Mr. Hurst. And I know Mike's been here numerous times, so I thought it'd be easier if Mike just brought him in.
There you go.
So anyway, I'd like to introduce to everyone listening, Gerald B. Hurst. He is Colonel, retired United States Air Force, got a lot of history in the Air Force, has a lot of history here in Onslow County. His family, before his time, owned a lot of the area, which is now Onslow Beach on the base.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk a little bit about the history there. And that was before the federal government bought all that area.
Stole it.
Yes, but the actual where the bridge is at on the base going over to the beach, his family owned that property.
Hey, Colonel, I can help you take it over again if you like. we could take over that bridge if you would like. I got some guys.
I've spent the last 2 years trying to get the Marine Corps of the state to name that bridge after my family.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, it's been a stone wall.
Yes.
Well, my family kind of got roots around here, including at what is now Sneed's Ferry, in a place called Marines. Oh yeah, that's where my family came from.
My mother was born and raised at Marines.
Was she? We're probably related in one way or the other.
Could be.
But yeah.
Can I call you cousin?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I will be honored. It's an honor to have you in here, Colonel. I do appreciate it. And I know the Hearst family goes way back. My dad was friends with a whole lot of Hearst from way back when. And I would say there was a magistrate here.
That was my uncle, K.B. Hurst.
He got shot one night. He got shot in the leg one night.
Well, he may have done it to himself.
No, he didn't. We called the guy. I was with the police department at the time, and we called the guy that did it. He tried to get away, and Judge Hurst, he had the judge's .22 rifle. He broke in, got his rifle, and opened fire. And hit him in the legs. But you may remember, he didn't have a lot of feeling in his legs because I think he had some nerve damage and whatever. And so he got the rifle back from this young man, started chasing him and shooting at him, missing him. And the guy came to a locked sliding glass door. He decided that man with a gun or that door, and he went through it, broke it. We followed the trail of blood. It wasn't hard to find him. He had passed out down the road a little bit.
Well, that was a second collision because in the kitchen of that house, KB's house, there was a pantry. And the door, he opened that door, ran into the cross, hit the backside.
Oh, well, that's good. Anyway, but yeah, I know a little bit of history about the Hearst family around here. So
Well, now his father was the police chief here
before my
in
time,
Jacksonville, and that was from 1931, I think it was, through
49,
I had it list. Where did it go?
49.
49.
Yes, 49. He was the police chief here in Jacksonville. Wonder how many officers he had then.
2.
2, 3?
There were not many.
When the base population picked up, I think I remember him having 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I also remember when they installed the first radio in an automobile. So,
Wow.
It was about that big, probably.
yeah.
So,
Now tell us, were you born in Onslow County? Were you born here in
No,
Onslow County?
I was actually born in Wilmington, but I always lived here.
Always lived here, yes. I
you're
thought
born
I
at
remember.
James Walker Hospital, weren't you?
Yeah,
So was I.
yeah.
Wow. Y'all might have been baby buddies.
Well, we probably were. But it's an honor having you here and your time in Vietnam. I thank you for your time. It was not a lot of thanks was offered at that point in time, but thank you for doing the job that you were hired to do. Good job.
Thank you.
I'm
Yes,
glad
thank you for your
glad you made it
service.
back. Thank you for your
Yes.
service. But anyway, I've listened to a bit of audio that Mike here sent via Lee. Interesting, and it was typical military jargon at the time, and the audio was not always the greatest in the world. And sometimes comms back 50 years ago were not the greatest in the world, but the message was loud and clear for us. We're going to play a little bit of that here this morning too.
Yes.
You can set it up if you like.
Yes, a little background. When did you join the service?
I was a graduate of North Carolina State in June of '56, and that day I was commissioned a second lieutenant in the Air Force, a product of ROTC. And I actually went on active duty the 21st of September 1956, and I served until June the 1st of 1982.
Wow.
So what wars did you cover? I mean, you were involved in? And we know Vietnam.
Well, the Quiet War was the Cold War, which reigned from sometime around 1950 after World War II, excuse me, all the way up until the Soviet Union collapsed a few years back. So there was a huge military force that was engaged in the defense, I call it quiet defense of the nation when the USSR posed a nuclear threat. So the actual war that I was in was the Vietnam conflict.
Now, during the Vietnam War, you were a fighter pilot?
Yes,
So you flew the F-105?
the F-105 Thunder Chief. It was finally called the Thud.
The third.
That came from the noise that it made when it hit the ground.
Oh my
Oh, was
goodness.
it right? A lot of them came down the hard way, right?
Yeah.
So your like call name, I don't know what that call name was, Bucket 3?
I was Bucket 3. You're referring to the day I was shot down?
Yes.
Yes.
Why did you pick your own call, or was that assigned to you? Did you pick the call, Bucket 3, or did somebody else?
No, it
Okay,
was
just
assigned. You started out with a briefing in the morning, and this call sign, your flight members were assigned. That day, Randy Cronbach, a major, was flight lead. I can't remember who was 2. I was element lead, Bucket 3, and Major Will Snell was Bucket 4. So we were a flight of 4, and we went and engaged a group of troops that were engaged with the enemy on the ground. So the mission was close air support.
A lot of people still think the enemy at that time, they were a primitive bunch of individuals. They had almost muskets. They obviously they had Soviet-made weapons, but they had some bigger guns too, and bigger things, because they keep shooting helicopters down and kept shooting airplanes down that we had. So it wasn't just little honky-tonk people back in the backwoods, were they?
No, they were well equipped.
Mm-hmm.
They had the AK-47,
Yep.
and they had 37 millimeter anti-aircraft guns. I call them ZPUs, multi-barrel,
Right.
like the pom-pom in World War II.
Right.
And of course, they had the surface-to-air missiles.
Shoulder mounted.
All of that was supplied by Russia. It was Russian-made.
Wow. So we were doing war with Russia, but we were in Vietnam.
That's true.
A lot of people don't quite realize that yet. It was a Russia wanted the communism to spread throughout the region, make them more powerful. Do you think Russia had a desire to take over these other little countries, to expand their horizons?
I have never thought that, never given it much thought, but communism can spread without, the country being taken over by Russia or whatever. But right now, our beautiful nation is under some kind of similar threat, and there's nobody shooting, nobody furnishing surface-to-air missiles. But by the vote, suddenly communism, socialism is raising its ugly head.
Oh, every day I just look at stuff, and we just had one yesterday or this week elected.
Right.
Another Democratic Socialist, they call them these days. So it's kind of odd. I never thought I would see that. I was brought up learning that first there's socialism, and then that becomes communism. It was one step away.
Yeah.
Is that the way you were taught as well?
They're blood brothers.
Thank you. We want to listen to a little bit of audio. And this is, I'm going to listen to the first part of it. We'll listen to the first part of it. It's kind of just give you guys, the audience, an idea of what you guys were listening to and what you were talking about. But then we're going to get a little bit deeper into it as the time came when you had to do some stuff that you probably never even wanted to do. But, the choices were limited at that one time.
And we'd like to go in VFR ahead of the emergency.
Sir, you're about 5 miles ahead of the emergency this time. They're 56 out. First, you're about 54 out now.
I figure my team's going to leave your frequency and get out of the air there. Our team button 5, go. 2.
Bucket 3, Bucket 4, Channel 70. Weather winds variable at 4. Visibility is 5 miles of haze. 4A Sirius at 30,000. And
That's, I assume that was their base operations telling you were bucket 3, correct?
That was brigand control. It was an airport. There were two agencies. One was the air traffic control. The other was an airborne command post.
And they were giving you the weather conditions because you were coming home, right?
Yeah.
Well, at that point in time, what was the condition of your plane?
Coming off the target on my third pass, I took a hit, and immediately the oil pressure warning light came on.
Not
and
good.
I glanced at the gauge, and it was flickering back and forth on the way down. So I immediately, within 30 seconds or a minute, lost all the oil pressure. Typically, a jet engine will seize within 15, 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Fortunately, my engine was nice enough to run for about 6 minutes.
Wow.
And I was very careful not to put any G's on the aircraft. And I set the power at 93%. And you don't want to change the power because it puts pressure on
Stresses.
the journal in the middle of the jet engine. So fortunately, the engine continued to run. I was trying to get to Udon, which was a northern base in Thailand. So
How far away was that?
it was probably maybe 70 miles or 100.
This other location that you were talking with was about 50 miles away.
Yeah.
So you chose that one?
Yeah. So in route, I'm sitting there, and I had advised that day I was flying a G model 105, which had 2 seats, and I had a electronic warfare officer in the back seat. His name was Clive Bevan. And I had told Clive that we were probably going to have to eject and to get ready. So he never said a word. He was very quiet.
How do you prepare to eject now? Preparing to ejection from a flying from a machine like that is one. There's an explosive device that goes off and shoots you out, right?
Well, the seat has a combination of a charge and also a rocket. The seat hits you with 12 G's. So anyway, en route, Will asked me a couple of times how it was, and I said, everything's okay now. So anyway, but as I approached Udorn, I had to descend. I had climbed to 23,000 feet. So when I started down, the airspeed picked up to 450 knots, so I had to slow down. Well, to do that, I had to extend the speed brakes and pull the throttle back. When I did that, immediately the engine seized.
Oh boy.
Now,
now you're in a glide pattern, right?
Yeah, all of the fuel in the 105 is in the fuselage except for the wing tanks, the drop tanks. So an engine on fire next to fuel tanks is not a very good combination. So I was mindful of that. So in the recording, you'll hear Major Snell, Bucket 4, say it's streaking, which meant he was seeing fire come out the tail.
Yeah, let's listen to a little bit more of this as well. I know.
480 at 30,000. And the active runway is 30. Stand by and altimeter.
Roger, active is 30. Copy, weather. And Bill and the radio's going to go ahead and land B up on it.
Copy the radar.
Back on, back on, back on.
At this point in time, you guys are getting ready to jump.
Bucket 4 in Laredo, local altimeter 2982, 2982.
2982, Laredo. Mark, I understand. 2982. Take up orange 50.
0 go.
Now estimating Kilo Charlie at 10.
Copy.
You're already rigged with parachutes when you take off, right? You don't have to put them on.
Bring off lost radar contact and clear the tower this
You,
time.
you have a parachute strapped on. It's a backpack.
Right.
It's behind you. And,
It's not like the sports parachuters. This is a compact unit, right?
yeah, it's a 28-foot canopy. It's not one of these ballerina type parachutes. You come down like jumping off a 14-foot ledge. So there's no, tiptoe.
No soft landing, right?
No,
Okay, so
but as far as getting ready, you're already ready. I mean, the only thing you've got to do is pull the ejection levers on the side of the seat.
how about mentally ready? Were you ready at that point in time?
It's a function of training. You never think that it's going to be you. It's always the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
But suddenly it's your turn. So there's no reservation. You say, do you listen to my?
Yeah, we're gonna continue with this.
It's crazy.
Bucket 3-1, is it still running okay? Yeah, you're looking good. So you use your speed brakes for your descent and go out a little bit at a time. I don't want to make a precautionary type approach. Okay.
That's me.
Taking safe field elevation.
Make it a bucket, please.
Just safe field elevation. Bucket is on the radar, that's 580 feet. Okay.
Thank you, Laredo. Bucket ATC clears you vector 160. Send and maintain 5,000 feet. Contact you on approach now 2840, 2840 bucket.
Roger, 2840, 2840 go. Bucket check. Driver departure, Roger. Bucket 4 is on. Roger, you're going, this is Bucket 3 with an emergency. 33 miles north of your field. Bucket 3, Roger, radar contact 32 miles north of the airport. Fly heading 160, descend and maintain 4,000 feet, precision approach runway 30, the altimeter 2982. 2982, negative precision approach. I'll make a field for approach overhead, cautionary landing. Bucket 3 understands speed vectors, visual approach rate 30, descend and maintain 4,000, private radar contact.
You're gonna fly it on your own, right? You're not gonna take let them tell you how to fly it, right?
Yeah, well,
You're making your decision.
well, they're giving me clearance to altitude and to descend and whatever. But at this point, I had declared an emergency. I had a license to steal. I could do what I wanted to.
You wanted to survive,
Yeah.
and you felt you could do it better. Obviously, you did.
Yeah.
And it worked out. Okay, let's continue with
Well,
this.
Colonel, I do want to ask one question. Was the plane hit by enemy fire?
Yes.
Okay.
That was his problem.
Will you be taking a barrier? Hope not. Negative. You know, midfield barriers, I want them up. I just want them at the end. I understand you want the midfield barriers removed. That's affirmative.
All right, let's talk about that for just a second. They put out some stuff to stop the planes from going all the way. Is that what it is? Barriers that put down generally?
The barrier is a steel cable stretched across the runway. It's held above the runway by like 6-inch rubber grommets, every 10 feet or so. So the cable, like the aircraft carriers,
Right.
we had a hook at the tail of the fighter. You could push a button on the panel and extend the
Drop a hook.
yeah.
Right?
So you could come in on the approach and catch the cable, and you landed at 170 70, 180 knots. So it could stop that jet, which weighed close to 52,000 pounds. It could stop it in about 600 or 700 feet.
And the runways there were not like we have back in the States where airplanes take off on daily. They were short runways.
No, they were standard.
Standard run.
10,000.
10,000 foot.
10,500.
Hmm.
And the 105 needed that. Thailand, our bases for the 105s were in Thailand at either Tak Lee or Korat.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always 95 to 100 degrees, and jet engines don't like warm air.
Ooh.
So the 105 had the J75 Pratt & Whitney engine, and it was equipped with afterburner, and it also had water injection for takeoff. So the engine typically had 16,500 pounds of thrust in military power. In afterburner, it would go to 22,500 pounds. With water injection, it added 2,000 more pounds. So on takeoff at Tak Lee, if you didn't get water injection on takeoff, you had to abort because it just wasn't going to get off the ground.
Mm. All right, let's pick it up here just a little bit later and keep going.
About radar service terminated 18 miles east of the airport. Contact break on 2284.
Now, running at 450 knots, you're zipping right along. So it's not taking you long to get where you need to be, right?
That's right.
But it seemed like a long time.
Well, I may have been in a daze. I don't know.
I'm going to start slowing it down. We got, okay, it's clicking. Back at 3, the airport said you're 1 o'clock for 10 miles. Looks like it's not going to make it. I don't think it is. I saw fire. I saw a couple flames coming out. Do you have the field yet? Negative at 1 o'clock. I do not have it. Do you have a fire light? You're on fire. We're going to have to get out. Okay. Slow it down. Attaboy. Slow it down. Pull the nose up. You got 390 knots. Try to pull the nose up if you can before you get out. Mayday. This is bucket 4 on guard. Bucket 4 on guard. Just a little bit east of Udor. Bucket 3 is ejecting. I'll give you a countdown on the ejection. Bucket 4, you're on guard. Squawk mayday. Stand by. Okay, there goes the first one. Got a good shoot. There goes the second one. Bucket 4, this is good. Tower. Okay, they both have good shoots.
I, from what I understand, your bucket 4 was flying along with you. He was seeing the fire come out, and he gave a radio about you're ejecting. Shoot open, shoot good, or shoot good both times, right?
Yeah.
And that's the report he's given. So he saw both of you eject.
Yeah.
And he can see that you had good shoot openings.
Yeah.
So it was there, and then the alarms were going off.
Yeah. Now, the tone that you heard is a small transmitter, and when when the chute opens, it's activated, and it sends out that signal on guard channel, which is the emergency channel.
Right.
So it does two things. One, it tells everybody, your wingman or whoever, that you did get a chute to open. So the chute has to open in order
Right.
for that to fire up. And secondly, a helicopter or a search group can home in on that signal.
Right.
So it helps in locating once you're on the ground or whatever.
And this is 50-plus-year-old technology, so that was amazing even back then.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
today you consider it standard, but
Yeah.
then that was like a remarkable thing to happen.
Now, to back up a little bit about preparation, I told Clive, I said, we have an intercom in the
Right.
between the two seats. I told Clive, I said, we're going to have to eject. I'm going to slow the airplane when I tell you I want you to eject. So I was approaching 250 knots, which was reasonable. You don't want to eject at 500 knots
No.
because it's bad for your health. So anyway, when 250 showed up, I said, Clive, eject. He didn't go.
Really?
I said, eject, second time. He still didn't go. The third time, I put some anti-religious words.
Explained it to him in English, right?
And finally, he went. Well, by that time, the cockpit was filled with smoke. It was past time to vacate. So anyway, the proper procedure about getting ready is you sit upright, brace yourself, neck back, and you pull the levers. In my case, by the time that he went, I was anxious. So I sat up, pulled the lever, and nothing happened.
Oh,
I had forgotten that between the two seats, there was a 1.7 second delay to keep both seats from going
colliding.
out simultaneously and colliding. So that had disappeared from my mind.
that was a long 1.7 seconds, is right?
So I looked down to the right to see if I had pulled the right handle, and then the seat went off. So I went out, and amazingly, I didn't break my neck or my back because my head
Right.
hit my knee.
Ooh.
It snapped down. And to this day, I don't understand why I didn't break my neck or my back, but the good Lord
Apparently,
was with me.
he understood the seriousness of that one.
Yeah.
So you received Purple Heart. Was it 1 or 2?
Just one was sufficient.
What? All right. So you're a Purple Heart recipient. You retired from the Air Force in what year?
1982.
1982. Then you decided to go into politics, and you became a North Carolina House representative, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
I also went into the construction and development business.
Okay.
I started a construction company, Barry Hurst Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
So I built custom homes and I developed 3 subdivisions.
Cool. I know Mike's got to get out of here. So
Got a meeting.
is he driving?
Yes. No, he's got his vehicle.
Oh, he's got his. You're driving?
I've got a car.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming back here.
I'm good.
All right. Well, I just wanted to be sure. I wasn't sure what was going on there. Yeah, I was getting confused, which is an easy thing for me at my age. I'm just slightly younger than you, not a whole lot, by the way.
Well, I wasn't sure, and I was going to volunteer to take
Oh
him
yeah,
back
we're gonna get you there.
if Mike had to leave, and they were only in one car. So Anyway.
we can put you in my Jeep. I drive a Jeep, a car that will help win the war.
Joy, if you want to call back, go ahead and call back.
We can take your call now.
Yeah, we can take your call now.
But anyway, it's remarkable obviously that was about my era. I was a little younger, but that was some trying times. That whole time frame.
All
Well,
right.
it was a very sad and
It was
catastrophic time because
it was.
during the Vietnam conflict, there were 58,000
Mhm.
young men, some women that were killed.
Right.
And it went on because of the political management from Washington.
You know, it is very. I lost some people, and it's probably all of us did, the friends or whoever, associates, family members. But I also look back and, yeah, 58,000 is a lot of people over 10 years. But in 3 years, during World War II, we lost 350,000 Americans.
Well, the 8th Air Force alone that flew the B-17, the B-24
Yes,
into France and Germany, Belgium,
yes.
over and over, a crew of 10 would go down.
Yep.
They would send out 600 bombers on a raid, and a third of them wouldn't come back.
Correct.
So 8th Air Force alone sustained essentially more casualties than all the other services combined.
I understand. We have a caller here, and she's a local girl. She is sometimes normal, so I'm going to check and see if she's had her meds this morning yet. I'm just kidding, Joy. How are you doing?
Good morning, all. How are you?
We're hanging in here. We got the Colonel here listening to you.
I know. Mr. Huss, good morning.
Good morning. Who am I speaking to?
This is Betsy Likens' daughter, Joy.
Damn. I haven't seen Betsy, and
Best reaction I've had.
I hope she is well.
She's doing pretty good. I just wanted to call and tell you thank you for your service and what you've done for our community through the years. And Mama misses all of our times that y'all went together at the reunions on base. And she appreciates the friendship that y'all carried through the years. But I want to thank you for all that you have done for our country and also for our community. And I do hope you're doing well.
Well, I am. I had a birthday last week, so I'm always proud when I get another one.
Yes, sir. You and Mama are sort of close in age, I believe.
I think she may be at least maybe 2 years younger than I am.
Oh, you're a young man still then. Young man.
You're stretching things.
Well, you know my name and you know my daddy and mama, so you know why I'm the way I am, correct?
Yeah, I bought a Cadillac from him once.
Oh, was it a lemon?
It was a nice car, but I didn't like the price.
All right.
None of us ever do.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for buying the vehicle. We had supper that night because you bought that Cadillac. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I did want to call in and thank you and let you know that Mama is doing well. She's, of course, found at home. She does get out to get her hair done. And she talks about all the old times quite often. And, of course, you and your wife come up in the conversation, as well as Diane Maddox. And I just wanted to thank you personally from our family and the community for what you have done.
Well, I thank you, and tell Betsy a good hello and give her a hug for me, please.
I most definitely will, because I think that for a while there was a little bit of friendship there, huh?
Oh, he's smiling.
What's the scoop?
I tried to spread my charm around. I didn't want anybody to come up short.
Right. And you are a
Such a
wonderful
gentleman.
person and a wonderful man also.
Well,
Joy, you need to take your computer over and play this. This whole thing you can play for your mama, right?
Yes, I put the
Yeah.
link on there.
All right, she knows how to do it.
Good.
Mhm.
Yes, and thank you so much. And I'm so glad that I was able to see you. And you were on a great show with some great people. And
Who walked in?
I just want to thank you for everything.
Thank you, Joy.
Joy, thank you. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate you too.
thank you for your kind words.
Yes, sir, Miss Ruthie. You take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Bye, Joy.
Bye. She's one of our callers from
Yes.
time to time.
We love Joy.
And Joy, we have a good time with Joy. Sometimes
Joy,
she's not quite right, but she's kind of like me. We're just not quite right.
She fits in with us. That's right.
Yeah, she does. Remember the over the hill gang sometimes. So what are you doing these days?
Well, I stay busy. I got a lot of friends, thank you. And I've got, at one point back in 97, I bought an airplane, a Beach Bonanza V-tail.
Really?
So I developed a lot of flying buddies, Garland Tootin, Jerry Fountain.
Yes. Jerry. I've known Jerry. Well, I don't know him now at all, but I knew him way back in the 60s because he was a ham radio operator. And he and I was a kid. He was not. And we used to talk on the radio all the time.
Yeah. Had lunch with Jerry yesterday.
Oh, did you?
And 3 weeks ago, I flew his Bonanza. I did 2 takeoffs and 2 landings.
Really?
That's amazing.
But he's a great guy. And anyway, we made multiple trips to the Bahamas and up to Canada, to New Orleans, to, Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, the fly-in.
The big fly-in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I got a friend retired. He used to fly a lot. Flew Coast Guard Auxiliary too, down in Wilmington.
yeah,
John, I won't give his last name, but anyway, I'll tell you later. But John was a pilot. He used to fly me a lot. I think it was a 170, not the 172.
172.
No, he had a 170, I believe it was. It had a retractable. They had an RG, which was a retractable gear, because I was doing photography from it, and that was good. Is it 170? I think he was a 170. Was that able to fly slower than the 172?
Yeah, they were slower. They about like 140 or something like that.
Yeah, that was top end. But his idea with flying Coast Guard Auxiliary, he wanted one that he could slow it right down so he could get right down near the water if he was looking for something. So anyway, I don't know the numbers.
Right.
I've flown in them, but I don't fly them.
Going back to the time that you were injected from your F-105, how do you come about being rescued? They pretty much know where you landed at, and then they send in troops to get you?
Well, from the beginning, the base knew that an emergency was en route. So there were 2 helicopters airborne. So it was a matter of them locating us because first thing, they were out of the way. And second, they didn't really know where we were exactly. So anyway, the minute those beepers went off, they were able to get a bearing and head to where we were. And we were probably maybe a mile apart,
Really?
Clive and myself. So,
But you didn't know where each other was, did you?
no.
Comms were not, they didn't exist between the two of you.
Yeah. Now, when I came down, I thought I was going to go into a tree, so I'm trying to slip the parachute, but you can't control it like
Not
the ballerinas.
yes.
So
Ballerinas, I like that.
I'm pulling and what have you, and So I say, I'm going to miss the tree, but then I saw a fence.
Oh,
So I screwed up my parachute landing fall and I broke my right ankle.
Oh, gosh.
I heard it snap. It was like breaking a limb. And I'd also sustained a throat injury when my head snapped down
Okay.
from the chin strap that went into my voice box.
So you didn't walk back to the base?
No. So I couldn't talk for a week and a half.
Wow.
I could barely utter, but hardly. But anyway, the chopper came overhead and he started to let down the cable lifting device. And I pointed to my ankle and gave a sign language indicating that I was not able to walk. So they landed remotely 50 yards away or whatever, came and picked me up with a stretcher. Now, a separate chopper picked up Clive, and he got in the lift up the lifting device, the cable, and the intercom went out between the pilot and the hoist operator.
Oh, no.
And they were silent, so they drug poor Clive through a damn tree. And he said,
Oh, wow.
damn, he said, I got on the ground without a scratch and they drugged me through he had scratches. But
He could get a Purple Heart for that one.
yeah.
He should have.
Well, for the rest of the tour, God bless Clive, he would come up at the bar in the club, put his arm on me. He'd say, sir, thank you.
wow.
For
And
forcing him out.
yeah, I think that, if he was a little clanked about, the prospect of vacating an air-conditioned cockpit.
I've told people, say, I dive. I'm a scuba diver, right? 61 years worth. I go to the bottom of the ocean. But they say, well, why don't you skydive? I said, I have absolutely no reason to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. Now, if I'm up there and it's going down, I will weigh the odds and I will decide which is the lesser of two evils. But until then, no.
You couldn't pay me
Thank you.
to do any skydiving.
Uh-uh.
One, like I said, is sufficient. So
Yeah.
Wow.
When I'll story with the 82nd one time, but that was a funny one.
Well, I had to jump back to the rescue, but so you retired from the Air Force and you had your real estate business. Barry Hurst is what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Construction.
Which you're still involved in, aren't you?
no, I stopped building in 2005, and I still had a number of lots in the subdivision. So I continued to sell property up until last year.
Right. Yeah.
So I had a good ride, enjoyed it, and my little subdivision, Oakhurst River
Right.
Estates, still looks good after, 40 years or so.
Oakhurst.
Hurst. Yes.
Interesting.
I like that. Oakhurst. So when you retired from the military and then you went back to your business and was busy working at that, you decided to get into politics, and that's where you were elected a North Carolina House of Representatives from Onslow County, right?
That's correct. I owe that to my neighbor, Tommy Pollard.
Yes.
He's my cousin.
Oh, yeah. Blame him.
Tommy was chairman of the Republican
Right.
County Republican Party at the time, so he came over, and we live right next door
Oh, okay.
on the river.
I know where it is.
And he came over and proposed that I run for office. I said, what office? He said, county commissioners. I said,
No way.
I ain't going to get in that briar patch. So then he suggested the House. Well, I decided, yes, I'll do that. What I did not know was that no Republican had been elected to anything in Onslow County since Reconstruction, not even dog catcher.
Right.
So, everything was dominated with 5-1, 7-1, 9-1 Democrat.
There were no Republicans here when I lived here before.
KB Hurst was a Republican.
He was JP. He was Justice of the Peace.
Yeah. He was also an appraiser for VA FHA.
Right.
Yeah.
So my dad knew him too.
Right. So you ran and you won.
I won. There were 3 seats, and we represented Carteret and Onslow County by the county borders. There was none of this dividing up a section here and a piece there.
Right.
That came about because of my success in winning the seat. It opened the door of the next election. We had county commissioners, and then we had a replacement for my seat, Robert Grady, and then Tommy Pollard won the Senate seat. So when the Republicans started making
That was the takeover.
inroads, the Democrats decided we got to change the lines, so they redistrict everything. So that's how today you've got part of New Hanover County. You don't know who the hell,
Not a clue.
So,
Right.
but anyway, I ran successfully. I beat out one of the incumbents in the vote count.
What seat did you go after? Who was it? Who did you beat?
Well, there were 5 in the race, and incumbent was Bruce Etheridge
Okay.
Wow.
and
Yeah.
Paul Tyndall.
Etheridge from
Paul Tyndall. J. Paul Tyndall.
And I can't remember who I beat out, but anyway, there were 3 of us elected. But I got more votes than Paul Tyndall did.
Nice.
Well, he had a little baggage dealing with too.
Paul had a little baggage, but anyway, I won that seat so handily that when Charlie Whitley, the congressman from the 3rd district, decided to retire, step down, I thought that I was a good candidate and could possibly win. So instead of running for the North Carolina House again, which I should have done and get some name recognition and whatever, I jumped ship and ran for the 3rd district congressional seat.
That's a big district.
Against Martin Lancaster, who was the Democrat, of course, he was forecast to win, so I was climbing up an uphill battle. So, but I had a good ride, and the real plus was I got to sit and talk with President Reagan one-on-one for about 5 minutes. And
I'm going to bet that's your favorite president.
It was when I got up, I was 10 feet tall.
Wow.
He gave you his undivided attention. He was fixated, and I wish I'd have recorded what we said, but anyway, it was a nice experience. I think I got 38% of the vote, and
Really?
but coming in second isn't quite good enough.
No, but 38% of the vote out of what, I don't know how many counties there were in the 3rd district at that time, but that was a lot of people you had to.
There were 11 counties all the way up to
the state line.
Pinehurst, but Red McDaniel, the POW, Navy captain,
Remember?
he had run this the period before me, and in spite of having some good money and whatever, he got 39%. So
you're doing good.
At that time, the the Republicans were on the backside of the curve. So, but since that time, Walter Jones, who was in the legislature with me,
Right.
He switched parties. He
Yes, he did.
he was a big Democrat, as was his father, and so somehow he was smart enough.
He saw what was happening.
Yeah.
He knew what was coming.
So
Well, we do appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely.
It definitely is an honor and a privilege to have you here. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time.
thank you, sir.
We could
And-
talk for hours.
Oh, absolutely.
And I will say your community giving, I mean, you've been a Rotarian for over 30 years now, giving to the community.
Yeah. Yes.
Over 30 years. You didn't ever go up to Ocracoke fishing with the Rotarians, did you? Did you take any fishing trips up, surf fishing up to Ocracoke with the Rotary Club?
No, I'm not a big fisherman.
Yeah.
My father knew all about the ocean and the river, but I never had time to learn.
I understand. Yeah. Yeah, my dad was big in the Rotary Club way back when, and he would always get a bunch of the Rotarians, and they'd take a trip every fall to go up to Ocracoke, sometime in late October, sometimes in early November, to do some surf fishing for 3 days, well, 2 days and a half, and had a blast. And he invited me to go up with him because I could drive on the beach with no problem, and I could do a lot of other stuff, but try to keep them out of trouble. I always had a good time.
I did go up that direction once. I was invited by the Democrats. There were 2 Republicans.
Did you take a gun with you when you went?
We were invited to go up and go duck and goose hunting.
You did take a gun.
And damn, it was cold.
Yes. On the water, it can be cold.
It was cold. And my partner was Paul Tyndall.
Oh, really?
And 2 of us, we had a guide, and we went out and before the sun came up, and so Paul had purchased a new shotgun, and he had not cleaned the Cosmoline.
Oh, man.
And it was frozen solid. He couldn't get it to work.
You know, the problems with duck hunting and goose hunting, they like it when the weather is miserable.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm a fair weather type of person. I like diving, so I want it to be good weather.
Yeah.
That stuff sitting out there when it's freezing. My cousin lured me into going into a duck blind one time. So we went out, Steens Ferry. We've got this little island out there we went to. We built a blind one night, came back the next morning. I just about froze myself to death, and it wasn't long. I built a fire inside the blind. I wasn't worried about the ducks seeing it. I didn't care. I built a fire so we could stay warm. That was cold.
Yeah. On that day, I got Paul's goose ticket. You could only shoot one goose, so I got his. That day I fired 9 shells, and I had 7.
Oh.
Two geese and 5 of the ducks.
That's a good average.
And when I got
better than good.
When I got back to the lodge, the whole damn crew, that was probably 25 or 30, didn't have 5 damn ducks. So
you picked up their slack.
Well, I knew a little bit about leading.
Yeah, there you go. That's all in the leading.
Yeah.
I used to hunt doves, and of course they are
fast.
They are fast, and they dodge a lot. And I was good. I could really bring my birds down.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Still got that same shotgun my dad gave me. Sir, thank you.
Pleasure.
You're welcome here at any time. If you've got something you want to talk about, if it's something going on in the county, I'm sure you're still aware of what's happening politically, and something might get under your craw.
Well,
And let's talk about sometime about your efforts and as you move along. Are you still moving forward with trying to get that bridge named? Are you you still moving forward, trying to get the bridge at Onslow Beach renamed?
I am,
Well,
Lee Burrows here, most graciously has kind of picked up
good.
and helped.
You're in good hands.
It is in the hands of Congressman Murphy's office right now.
Well, we will hound him.
They are working on it, you know, going up against the military forces there in DC is not always easy, so but they're working on it. It's in their hands.
Well, things have happened.
Yes.
We will see.
We have a few connections.
I hope that would be great. I would be honored to drive underneath that bridge again with another name.
Well, you know, it's just like all the information that he's given me. I mean, he showed property deeds and everything where so many members of his family owned all that property there. And being that he is a veteran of the United States Air Force, Purple Heart recipient, et cetera, I think that he more than qualifies, but the federal government, especially the military, is very particular about things, but we're working on it.
Maybe if you can get you an airplane again, you make a low strafe and run over that bridge, and let's remove it. When they build a new one, a high rise, they can name it after you. Don't threaten them with that. They can take it personal.
I remember as a kid riding the ferry over to Hearst Beach.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and it was initially a hand pulled ferry, and then they put an outboard, Johnson, 22 horse outboard on the side, so it was propelled. But I have fond memories of the beach. I was 8 years old when the base took over the property, which included my grandfather Hearst Farm and grandfather Coville, Coville, Coville from Marines.
Yes.
And but life goes on.
It does that. And I remember going over there a lot back in the days. I went over there with some of the recon Marines at one time for some other issues, some things, another life.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're good to drive home?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a ghoster. Yeah. He goes everywhere.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's good. I'm glad. We're going to wrap it up, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Let us know. Make some comments on our page and let us know what you thought.
Certainly have enjoyed having Mr. Hurst in here and listening to his story.
Welcome back anytime. We'll get you in here to talk about that bridge and also about anything political that you may have in mind, because I'm sure you're still watching. Don't, did you say?
Don't do it, Mr. Hurst.
Oh, yes, he will.
You don't need the stress.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
That's not stress. That's fun.
It's stress.
Yeah.
It's fun looking from the outside looking in. It's more fun.
Oh, yes.
Okay, we guys, we'll see you all tomorrow. You be safe. Be safe out there. The weather's looking pretty good. If you got a boat, you like to fish, today, tomorrow, Friday, I don't go any further out than that. But for 3 days, or today, tomorrow, and Saturday, you're looking good, gooder and gooder.
Hopefully,
Go catch some fish for me. You're live and local. We'll talk. We'll see you tomorrow. My brother-in-law was in the Marine Corps. And I was going to ask you why you joined the Air Force.